Yes, hi, hello, and welcome back to Be Intellectual. I'm wrapping up my Uncomfortable Places segment with an intellectual conversation with my good friend Anthony Jackson. He couldn't be here tonight because he was too busy working on his magic in the studio. However, I was able to catch him on FaceTime so we could have this discussion. Anthony, say hi to the people.
What's going on?
Okay. Alrighty, Anthony, so we're just going to go ahead and just get right to it.
All right.
So last week, I left the people off with a glaring question. And honestly, it's just going to be one question. It's not even going to be like a conversation because I need answers. So, besides the, typical norms and whatever, why do men feel entitled to pussy? And when I say like typical standard norms or whatever, I'm talking like religious purposes because that's what the Bible said. I'm talking about parenting styles, media, social media, and I know that has a lot to play into it, but like, is there anything else? Yeah, the people want to know.
Well, I don't think you really can take media out of it, so to say, because it's really an integral aspect. When you grow up seeing images of men who get women for reasons that are very clear, like the macho guy gets the woman, or the nerdy guy finally, gets the woman to realize his importance to her because he's been nice to her the whole time. You see that, and the tropes become things that you kind of take into account in real life. And so it does create a sense of entitlement, especially then when you see guys, tell you certain things, or you hear them say certain things like, okay, well, hey, a woman who dressed like this, she don't deserve you, or, hey man, look, this is what I do, and this is how I get women. And this is what I know women want because it works for me. It's always very male centered. I hate to say patriarchal because that seems to be a buzzword, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's very male centered. Men center how they deal with women really around what they hear and see from other men, but none of them would admit it because then that's giving another man credit, which isn't manly, and how masculinity works.
So, why do men get aggressive? Why do they get angry or very spiteful when a woman tells them no? And this goes for if you're single and a man's trying to catcall you on the side of the street, or even in a relationship. I just touched on relationship rape in my last video, and just going through that myself, like there were times when my ex would get angry and I'm like, but I don't want to do this, so why are you angry exactly? Like, you have a hand. And that's just, I don't know. Why do men get angry?
It goes back to the entitlement we were just talking about. If you feel entitled to something and then you can't have it, you're gonna be angry. Like, well, I'm supposed to have this. Why can I not have it? And with that situation, it's just we've been taught over time that a woman should appreciate a man's advances. If she doesn't, then either A, she's stuck up, or B, she's playing hard to get. It's never, oh, she's just not interested. We're not really taught that women aren't interested. It's always, oh, you're the hunter, go get it, and that's what men do. Boys will be boys. And, boys will be boys. That's just teaching.
Boys will be boys. What does that mean?
Accountable.
Boys will be boys. What does that mean?
It means you don't have to be accountable because culturally speaking, societally speaking, it's okay for you to do whatever. You don't have to worry about it. Like, it's a part of your growing. Now, women have to be very careful, tiptoe around certain things with men. Oh, don't worry about it. You're learning. You'll be okay. But in teaching them that, they don't really learn to be accountable for how they act and the effects of their actions.
And that's why we have so many men now that do such outlandish things. And what's even worse is that society still are like, oh, it's fine. You're 45 acting like an ass. It's fine. Like, you'll learn one day. And no, I just feel like we need to hold men to a higher standard. We need to keep, make sure they're held accountable for their actions instead of giving them a slap on the wrist. With all these stories coming out with all these different types of sexual assault cases, you have Larry Nassar, now you have Trump's former whatever side chick that's a porn star that's like, I'll give you all the money back if I can have my voice heard. Like, it's crazy, because they just...
I'll tell you, the friend zone is an example of male entitlement if you really think about it.
Explain.
So here's an example. Let's say, some guy that's a terrible example, but some guy named Tony, who is definitely not me, some guy named Tony is interested in someone. And so through what he's heard about, you got to be nice to her and be good to her, things he's seen in entertainment media, he's like, I'm going to be nice to her. So he does all these things action-wise to show he's into her, but he never actually says anything about being into her. Now, he's been doing all this stuff for a while. Eventually, when he's ready, to say something, they've been friends. Like, they've become friends. Everything's cool.
Right.
Well, then he gets upset, like, well, this is ridiculous, like, why can't she see me? She just wants the asshole. She wants the super aggressive guys who don't care about her. Well, that's not really the case. You just didn't state your case, so she treats you like a friend because that's what you've been.
True.
But
closed mouth don't get fed, people. We all know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like, I wrote about that before. Like, I think I wrote about it just in my spare time, but I would have used it for school if I could have. But it's funny how that gets turned around. I'm stuck as a friend, and it's because women don't know what they want, and they don't understand what being nice is, blah, blah, blah. When really it's just you need to state your case.
True.
But you got upset when you didn't get what you felt you were entitled to. It's like, I'm being nice to you, so that entitles me to what I want from you. And that's not the case.
Why can't you just be a nice guy to be a nice guy, Like, I don't...
Because nice guys are the most passive-aggressive. They're the ones you see that become relationship gurus telling women what they should and shouldn't do all the time.
That's true. That's very true. What do you think that going forward, like, how do you think we should hold men accountable? And not just now, because we as women are, like, having this fucking whatever and wanting to speak out.
I don't want to say it's simple, but it's like, excuse me, if we can say that white moderates need to hold white conservatives accountable or racist white people accountable, then we need to have guys who understand what's going on hold guys who don't accountable. But unfortunately, that's kind of considered a violation of the bro code. Like, you kind of again, boys will be boys. You let your boy do whatever he's going to do.
Well,
there are plenty of guys who know that their male friends do things that are unsavory or whatever, but in order to uphold the bro code, it's like, okay, it's whatever. That's his life. It's my homeboy.
I mean, I get that, but let's take, for example, recently in the media, Janae Aiko and Big Sean, supposedly he cheated on her, and my timeline was like, what was it? Like, I don't know, Enlightened Men or Faithful Men Association, like, disowns you and all of this. I thought it was funny, but I also felt almost, like, relieved, like, wow, there's really men out here that are actually up to holding other men accountable. But not only that, they're like, dude, we're gonna put you on blast, like, you can't be a part of us. I was like, wow, okay, there might be some change.
It's a lot of jokes, though. Like, it's very humorous.
Touche.
Like, I don't really see it as a serious thing. Like, Faithful Black Man on Twitter is
that's what it was. I mean,
it's a running joke.
It is a running joke. Yeah, because that almost goes.
As a guy, you do need to applaud your male friends when they're doing right, but also try to steer them in the right direction when they're not doing right.
True.
But again, some guys are kind of averse to being held accountable because it's not commonplace for them.
But for women, though,
sit well with them.
That's true. But and the caveat of that, though, like, for women, like, I don't have, like, a really good solution to this problem because, one, it's not our problem. It is, and it's not.
The only thing I can think would just be deprogramming, and that's on both sides. Kind of getting out of the traditional way of looking at it. Like, as a woman, you can appreciate aggressiveness, of course, but at the same time, if something raises red flags or you feel hesitant, then don't ignore that. You all have intuition, so can't ignore that.
True.
Now, obviously, aggressiveness gets most women hot and bothered, which, that's understandable.
If it's done in the proper, respectful, and there's a time and a place for everything. So if it's the time and the place and it's proper and respectful, I'm here for it. But if it's not one of the four, then it's not gonna happen. Maybe if you got 2 out of 4, maybe. But honestly, for me at least personally, it's got to be all 4. Properly, respectfully, time and place.
You could argue that we actually need to see more of that in entertainment and media.
Yeah.
More representations of proper ways to approach and court someone.
Yeah.
Because I would say maybe we don't see enough of that. All we ever see is, like, on sitcoms, there's only, like, super attractive guy that the woman kind of just makes it obvious she wants to be with him. And so he's in the driver's seat. Or we see, like I said, the nerdy guy who, you know, he's always nice, but eventually the girl comes around after she's been done wrong. People start applying things to, like, art imitates life.
Oh, of course.
You know, so that's not to say that it's not real, but you start applying that stuff to what you see. Like, he's a nerdy guy. Maybe someone will come around. Like, for me personally, I'll admit, I used to be a nice guy. Like, one of those passive-aggressive, women need to do so-and-so and such and such because blah, 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 and I'm nice. I used to be one of those guys. But eventually I realized that this was counterproductive. It was wrong. But, again, you start to stereotype people and see they fit in boxes. So you start applying those things. But you have to just learn to take each situation for what it is.
I agree. And not every situation is the same. Just like not every woman is the same.
And then it's the assumptions, too, which are problematic as well.
I don't know. I feel like it's almost like a double-edged sword. And we've got to...
Not to get too big picture, but, you know, it's the way the mind works. Like, our minds are set up to compartmentalize things and put things in order and patterns. Stereotypes, you know, it's normal. Archetypes are normal. But it's just a matter of still trying to take someone at face value, so to say. Like, if you meet someone new, okay, I'm going to give you a chance to make an impression rather than either trying to make you fit what I want or, you know, make you fit a stereotype. Just be who you are, and I'll put you in a place.
Yeah, be open to whoever they may be. They might surprise you, to be honest with you, but you got to leave.
Exactly.
You got to leave the room for them to be comfortable and for them to be themselves. And I think that we don't even do that for ourselves now because we are always on social media. We're always watching the media, and we try to fit what the new trend is, fit what the new makeup thing is, and all of this stuff. And that's why I don't wear makeup, to be honest, because I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes my face feel. And I'm just my own person, you know? And I don't feel the need to always blend in or be in with the in crowd. Like, that's like the sheep leading the sheep or the blind leading the blind, whatever the saying is, you know. We're all just going down this stupid-ass rabbit hole, and we have no idea where this rabbit hole is about to lead us, and it's going to lead us into debt and depression because we're not living our lives for ourselves. Which, on that note, that leads me into what's happening next week. So stay tuned next week to Inspired Vibes. It's all about uplifting and persevering and being positive and staying true to yourself. These last few weeks have been very heavy, and I know, but we've got to talk about these things that we don't want to talk about. It inspires us. It motivates us to be better people. And not only that, it frees us. It releases us. We are now liberated, and we can stand in our truth comfortably and confidently. So I just want to thank my good friend Anthony for, you know, FaceTime me in and squeezing me in for this time. Let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Okay, well, you know, you all follow me on Instagram. That would be astute.cool. Follow me on Twitter @beastutecool. Have the website, that's astute.cool, but it's a work in progress. You know, we're coming along. But get that music. You know, you talking about vibes, inspired vibes. Get that music. It's Mr. October Productions on SoundCloud.
So good.
Downloadable.
So good. Listen, y'all. So all of my tracks all my videos that I do, my intros and outros, are his tracks. So definitely check it out. I have to drop those links in all my bios and videos before he tries to sue me for copyright infringement. So I do appreciate you taking the time out and sitting down with me.
But that glow up is coming though. The success coming. You know?
Know me, yes. I'm gonna let you get back to your studio session. I appreciate it, and hopefully next time we can catch you in your element and actually get you in person.
I appreciate you having me on. I really do. I want to see you do well, so I'm glad I could help.
Beautiful. Well, I love you, man. Have a good night.